Yeah!
Yeah!
Yeah, Will!
Yeah, Ming-Na. Yeah, Tem. Congratulations on this, you guys. Tem, for you first, you've been a part of the Star Wars family for, 20 years now, right? How does it feel for you to be fronting this show with this character?
Unbelievable. The year 2000, I played Jango Fett in Attack of the Clones, and there's no even thought of being involved in something in the future. But for this to come about and how it came about, so John Favreau, Dave Filoni, Robert Rodriguez, and to be part of that family, I'm still pinching myself and still really, in a way, can't believe it. I wanted to do a good job when I entered The Mandalorian, so it paid off.
And Boba Fett.
Ming-Na, it paid off for you. How does it feel for you to be joining the Star Wars universe in such a prominent role now?
Well, it's kind of fantastical because Fennec was never in any of the previous Star Wars projects. And so she's a fresh character. And I feel like I was able to create and give birth to this character. Being such a huge Star Wars fan, I know how this fandom has an incredibly powerful, strong opinion and passion for anything Star Wars. So the acceptance and love that Fennec Shand has received is tremendous. I'm just like blown away by it. And now, to be resurrected and partnered up with the legendary Boba Fett and having our own series is like, what is happening? What is going on?
I was just so lucky that I played Jango Fett and Boba Fett was the clone son, so he had to look like Jango. So
that's right.
So I'm lucky. I'm the luckiest guy around.
And Boba saves Fennec, which is great. But I'd like to say, because John and Dave wanted to bring me back, so they're like, who could we bring back to save Fennec? Oh, Boba Fett.
When we start this series in particular, I like, Ming, your reference to birthing this character, because this feels like a rebirth for Boba Fett.
Yes,
this isn't the Boba Fett that we know in the movies. This is him at a different point in his life, obviously. Explain his headspace now.
Yes, well, he's going through exactly what you said, that rebirth. He's stripping away the layers. We're finding a little bit more about the what makes him ticks. Again, they both had near-death experiences, almost being buried in the sand alive. Again, getting to know a new tribe and being accepted into a kind of family environment with the Tusken Raiders. And he's changing his ways, and he's a little bit more open. Obviously, he needs some backup in terms of Ming-Na's character. So I think the series allows us to explore that void that we knew little of, because he wasn't seen that much in those earlier sagas. So now, yes, it's all about just revealing the real Boba, and he wants to lead this organization and this arena with respect. So we'll see how he goes about that in the next episode.
We'll see if it works. Yeah.
And a lot of humor on the line, because he has to reevaluate sometimes. He's used to doing things a certain way, but now a little bit more diplomacy might come in handy here and then. So obviously we have this rapport going between the two characters, and that brings another level again of.
But also, it's an area that we're not 100% familiar with at all, and it's sort of like learning to walk again a little bit, trying to figure out what will work and what won't work, and old habits die hard. And I think Fennec still believes that the quicker way is with fear, not with respect.
If you had spoken such insolence to Jabba, he'd have fed you to his menagerie.
Please. Speak freely.
Speaking of fear, we in episode 2 we have the Hutts return. There's now this black Wookiee, Chrysanthemum, maybe people are saying.
Wasn't he magnificent?
I mean,
so good.
This is like Chekhov's Wookiee. There's no way you guys aren't going to throw down with him.
Well, you have to wait and see.
What are these action scenes like? I mean, because the action in the show is fantastic. I imagine it's a lot of fun, but I also imagine at this point in your lives, there's a little piece of you that feels a little bit like Boba in that first episode. It's like, get me back to the healing pod. That was a lot of work. I would like to sit down for a moment.
Yeah, I think we're going to put that on a t-shirt. Get me to the bacta pod.
Get me to the bacta pod.
It was a very physical shoot. We both had to prepare physically. We did a lot of the movement, a lot of it ourselves, because they could see who it was. So, but that kind of helps. We enjoy that kind of stuff. Keeps us fit too. But by 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and you're still out there on the sand swinging that stick around, you start getting a few,
It's like,
few aches
okay.
and pains. But that's part of the process.
Yeah.